Imagine forking over $20 for a sludge-colored smoothie bowl that looks like blended mud from your backyard. All because some influencers swore it is the modern idea of clean eating. Your wellness isn't measured in sweat anymore. It's how much you'll pay for a fancy raisin. The term superfood wasn't birthed in a lab or a sacred temple. It was coined in 1917 by the United Fruit Company to sell bananas by paying doctors to claim bananas cured celiac disease and diabetes. Turns out, the only thing bananas cure is corporate profit margins, which soared 300% once people bought the lie. Fast forward to today, it is now a marketing term for exotic fruits or ancient grains claimed to confer health benefits resulting from an exceptional nutrient density, despite the fact that there is no scientific evidence from experts, dietitians, and nutrition scientists. Let's talk about acai, the Amazon's answer to a pyramid scheme. Touted as a miracle berry, eaten by tribes who never age, your Instagram-worthy smoothie bowl is actually 90% sugar and ice. A 2021 study in the scientific journal Food Chemistry found frozen acai indeed has fewer antioxidants than strawberries and blueberries. Meanwhile, the acai industrial complex is torching the Amazon at a rate of 1.5 million hectares per year, which is equivalent to 3,700 football fields daily, to feed the insatiable appetite for performative wellness. For perspective, that's 6 times the deforestation rate caused by cattle ranching in the same region. The carbon footprint of your superfood bowl? Roughly 2.5 kilograms of carbon dioxide per serving, thanks to freeze-drying, transatlantic shipping, and the diesel generators powering remote processing plants. Then there's quinoa, the ancient Andean grain hijacked by corporate grift and rebranded as a superfood. For centuries, quinoa has been a dietary staple for those living in the Andean region of South America. Quinoa is a crop indigenous to this area. Given its historical link to subsistence, urban Bolivians considered quinoa to be a food reserved only for poor people. However, due to the global spike in popularity, the Bolivian farmers who've grown quinoa for 7,000 years can no longer afford to eat it. A 2022 United Nations report found 68% of quinoa-growing households in Bolivia now face food insecurity. Marketed as the gold of the Incas, this humble seed was rebranded as a protein-packed miracle for affluent vegans. To hit your daily protein needs with quinoa, you'd need to force-feed yourself 3 cups every single day, which is a 21-cup weekly habit that'll leave you bloated, gassy, and questioning your life choices. Why? Quinoa is coated in saponins, which are bitter chemicals that inflame your gut and strip your intestinal lining. A 2023 gut microbe study linked quinoa to leaky gut, irritable bowel syndrome, and disrupted microbiome balance. 50% of the protein in quinoa gets annihilated by saponins. Meanwhile, each egg packs 6 grams of bioavailable protein your body actually uses. And let's not forget the environmental hypocrisy. Quinoa's carbon footprint is higher than beef, thanks to water-intensive farming and fossil-fueled shipping. Over 90% of global quinoa is grown in Bolivia and Peru, then shipped more than 4,000 miles to cafes in Brooklyn or Berlin. And let's not forget goji berries. Goji's PR team claims these berries fueled Tibetan monks' immortality, but science isn't buying it. China produces 90% of the world's goji berries, often drenched in banned pesticides. Vitamin C. A measly 29 milligrams per 100 grams, less than half of a red bell pepper, and laughably dwarfed by a single guava. Antioxidants. A 2019 Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry study found blueberries and cloves outperform goji by up to 300%. Immunity boost. A 2017 JAMA review found no clinically significant effects on immune function or disease prevention. Yet influencers still peddle goji berries as nature's multivitamin. Why? Because capitalism loves a holy trinity by convincing latte-sipping urbanites that $30 per pound for Chinese factory farm raisins is a sacred investment. Here's the punchline. Real superfoods don't need influencers or fancy marketing to prove their worth. For example, beef liver, packed with vitamin A, B12, and iron, provides more nutrients than expensive supplements. Eating it twice a week could replace most multivitamins. Another example is sardines, which are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids for just $2 per tin. Why don't these real superfood go viral? Social media algorithms prioritize trendy items so that companies can profit from hyping expensive branded goods. Foods like liver, sardines, and eggs have survived centuries without fancy marketing campaigns. Yet they're rarely promoted because no one makes big money from something simple, affordable, and can hardly turn into luxury products. Don't fall for overpriced superfood trends. True nutrition comes from whole, minimally processed foods that have sustained humans for generations. If a product requires hashtags, celebrity endorsements, or a $50 price tag, it's likely more about profit than health. Stick to the basics. Your body will thank you. If this video saved you from wasting money on overhyped superfoods, smash the like button, share it with your friends who are still sipping $20 detox smoothies, and subscribe for more no BS tips to eat better without going broke.